Hi everyone, and welcome again to another edition of English with Joseph. Well, as you know, over the last few days, we've been looking at important figures from British history, and today we're going to talk a little bit about Gerry Anderson. Gerry Anderson is very famous because of the children's television that he produced throughout the 1960s and 1970s. In your country, I'm sure you'll know some of the series that he produced. He produced Thunderbirds, Space 1999, as well as many other children's TV shows in the 60s and 70s. He was a very famous British man and probably one of the most creative during that time. He worked with a man called Lou Grade. Lou Grade was responsible for one of the British television channels which no longer exists. It was called ATV, and I think the production company was called ITC. And ITC produced many different programs, such as The Avengers, The Champions, Space 1999, The Protectors, The Baron. And I'm smiling because I remember these programs with a lot of fondness. Gerry Anderson was born in London, and his grandparents were immigrants from Europe. Originally his name was Abrahams, Gerry Abrahams, but his mother changed their name to Anderson. He was married a few times in his life, but one of the women that he married was a woman called Sylvia Anderson. And Sylvia Anderson was the voice of Lady Penelope in Thunderbirds. They also divorced, but both of them spoke very openly about their love for British television, and they created a new technology so that puppets could move in time with mouths. Of course, that kind of thing now is very dated, but at the time it was cutting-edge technology. Gerry Anderson was very famous for producing children's television. Okay, let's look at a few of the words that we've learned today. Well, we said that Gerry Anderson produced. That means he created something. Okay, someone who creates something and then presents it to someone else produces it. It's another word for making, you could say, and it's very common to use this word in the television industry or in the media to produce something or to have a production for something. It's very common. Okay, what other words do we have? Well, we spoke a lot about ITC and the TV channel. Well, all television in the UK are divided up into channels. And a channel is something that you watch when you flick through with your remote control. A channel, such as the BBC or ITV, for example. These are called channels. Okay, I spoke about Thunderbirds. Well, thunder is the storm. Thunder and lightning, which we sometimes have on a humid day. I also spoke about Space 1999. Well, space, of course, is the cosmos. And 1999, back in the 60s, was a date in the future. But as we all know, that date is long since past. And that's what makes this television program very funny. I think you should watch Space 1999 or Thunderbirds to get an idea of the kind of thing that Gerry Anderson did. He was very good, and I definitely think you should look at ITC. ITC produced some of the greatest TV programs in the world. Okay, well that's all for today. See you soon, and thank you. And remember, you can check out all of my English learning resources in my blog, englishwithjosephblog.wordpress.com. And there's also links there to my Amazon books, to other clips that you can find, here on Daily Motion, my Twitter and my Facebook. So from Barcelona, thank you and goodbye.